All right, I'm here with the one and only.
Eric Glaude. My name is Eric Glaude, spelled Glaude, accent aigu over the E. However, I am a Nubian brother, and I have been struck positively by such an experience, such an inspiring, inspirational, and powerful experience. I'm on holy ground. This is my home, and I have been experiencing and gaining knowledge that I have been actually praying for. I just have always wanted to come to Africa, and I've studied the hieroglyphics, and I have been validated by the tour guides, and I want to just humbly thank them for allowing me to be part of this experience.
Well, we thank you for being part of this experience. And I mean, this is one piece of the puzzle. You're here in one part of Africa. You're here in Egypt, Kemet. You're in Nubian land right
Yes,
now. I
yes.
watched people, you had the time of your life. I was observing you dancing
Absolutely.
around. Now, if you don't mind telling everybody, because I don't think they're going to believe this, mind telling everybody how old you are.
I have no problem with that. I am 79 years old, and I feel wonderful. But one of the things that have really inspired me and that has motivated me to continue is the spices. We've experienced and offered spices that can cleanse your life, cleanse your soul, and cleanse your being. And I have tried to purchase each one of those
I saw,
42.
I watched.
Yes, and so I can't wait to start. I have high blood pressure, I have a lung condition, I have a back condition, and sometimes I have a memory condition. There are spices and herbs that will satisfy and alleviate all of those. That's the promise that I look forward to myself when I go
Well,
back
let me say
home.
this, if you have all of those conditions, I would have never known, because you were getting around here better than everybody. I saw you on the dance floor dancing and just...
Yeah, doing the split.
I saw you
I tried to
you
do
tried
split.
to do the split. You did not do the split. No, I'm so glad you didn't. 'Cause,
I may not have been able to get back up,
really
but
fine.
you know, and the fellow travelers that I am experiencing with, I asked Jay if there were other people who were just as powerful and enjoyable and pleasant as the crew that I was with. And he said yes. So come on, if you join us, it will be the experience of a lifetime. And the piece that I like about this most, and this is to everyone that is listening, is that life is very short. But there is an afterlife that I've learned about and that I'm going to be practicing. So what we do is we have a journey. I'm on this journey, and I'm so happy to share it with not only Jace, but urban professionals and my fellow travelers.
So as a part of that, in our partnership with Urban Intellectuals and Freddie Taylor,
Yes.
this is one of the beautiful things when you hear the feedback right here on the spot. We're here at Abu Simbel Temple right now, and we're having this conversation. What are some other points? How the group of people? How did you enjoy the group that have been with you on this tour?
Well, the piece that was so powerful was the gala night that we had, where everyone dressed in the African garb, which is called
Oh, the Galabea. Okay,
the
that was more the
Galabea.
Egyptian.
Yeah. Excellent
Right.
word. Galabea.
Yeah.
And everyone was beautiful. There was one Kim who had a yellow Galabea that was so striking. And I had to stop it and gasp at the way that she looked. When you are here, there is a transformation. And that was one of the most enjoyable and pleasurable times that I had. I like the idea that there is a video that is taken of you as well, that you can pick up and take home, and such a wonderful memory. But the goddess and the goddesses and the emperors,
And
the
we're gonna
pharaohs.
walk. Let's go ahead and walk this way.
Okay.
Yeah, as we-
You know, we all were so strikingly inspiring, and I am going to study more. But I appreciated what Tarek was sharing with us.
Okay.
And let me tell you this. This is important. The tour guides were indigenous to the extent that they were, I think Tarek is a doctor of
Egyptology.
yes, Egyptology and philosophy and diction. And he still kept that essence of the Egyptian accent as he expressed to us from his heart. I think sometimes he overdid it. And somebody else who overdid it, and I'm impressed with, is Jay. You all really outdid yourselves. And I am so pleased. And I'm going to go back home and tell it. I'm going to tell it to the rafters. And I plan on convincing my friends, which is called the Family, which is the Family and Friends organization, which is about 50 people.
Okay.
And we're going to go on a tour. I'm going to have them to select whichever tour they want to, and I'm going to call Jay and have Jay did it. Now, this was a different kind of tour that I had expected. We went to the Nubian village, and the Nubian village, you wouldn't believe it. I saw people who were of very dark skin that may have looked like Ethiopian, but they were of a quality, a humble quality that I really enjoyed. And I can't believe how they were on an island, a Nubian island. I don't know if any other tour takes you there. And then we went to the village and traveled to the village. This was almost like what I call a cook's tour of a vacation. And I just enjoyed the entire experience.
Well, I'll tell you, some tours do take you to a Nubian village, but that Nubian village, I went to that village one time. I went to the village one time, and when I went, I was disappointed because it was whitewashed, if you will. And so you have to be mindful of the indigenous populations and recognizing, and even having an understanding of the history to know where to take people to.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why this partnership with Urban, it's one of the reasons why the partnership with Urban Intellectuals is so important, because Freddie has an emphasis on teaching and emphasizing Black history from a global perspective. That's what those flashcards do.
Yes.
That's what the Sankofa Club does. And now the partnership with us, the travel experiences bring it all to life. And so you are someone who has experienced this firsthand and is able to go back and tell the family. We bring 50 more people, and this is how we do it. Is they're trying to do critical race theory, trying to change the narrative, and they do it by way of curriculums. They've been doing it for ages. If I can change the curriculum, if I can change the history and rewrite it, erase it, we see where they tried to even do it here.
Absolutely.
Then what happens is people walk around with false identities, misinformed identities, and not even understanding the complete side, the broad story and how deep it goes. And so that's why when I hear you say this at 79 and how you're learning, how you came here and learned, and how it inspired you and inspires us to keep going and to keep telling people and to keep letting people know about what there is on this continent. And this is, again, just one piece of the story. But now we talk about continue to learn more and more.
I got a concept. My concept is to start here in Egypt and then go on the other urban intellectual tours in that sequence, because you will become educated on where we come from. And everything started here and then spread out. By the way, all due respect to other people, because someone at Urban Intellectuals wrote me and said, in essence, listen, other people that don't look like me and you have maybe stolen a lot and taken it and made it their own. But it comes here, and we need to, as you were just saying, Jay, educate us, have us to be exposed to the hieroglyphics. And once you do that, your whole life will change.
It's almost like a living picture book.
Yes.
That's what I said. They had enough sense to understand that if I put it in words, people might not be able to decipher the words. But if I put it in pictures, they might be able to decipher the pictures.
1,000 words.
Right, it tells you everything.
Yes.
And that also speaks to the brilliance of those people and the foresight they had. You know, they were like, well, hey, this is something that we can do, and put this that will last for ages. And now it's been immortalized by way of digital content, by way of video content. More and more people coming to see it. Pictures, obviously, more history being disseminated and more stories being disseminated. So again, Mr. Glaudet, did I say that right? That's a Creole, right?
Yes.
Now the deal is they thought he was from, like, literally, they thought he was from the northern part.
Yes.
They started speaking to him in Arabic and all kinds. I laughed. I said, now what were you originally from in the States?
You were in Alabama.
Alabama. They didn't even know you were from Alabama.
Mobile,
Alabama.
Yeah, you know.
Is that down south?
Yes. There's a little island called Mon Louis.
So that's Creole.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And, you know, but I sort of protest that because it tends to want to separate us as opposed to join us. And by the way, Africans were in the United States of America before everybody else.
Oh yeah, people don't.
Right.
Now that's a whole nother story right there. and they have evidence. There's evidence.
And pyramids.
And boats.
So
and,
you know we can make a full circle with
that's
that.
a whole nother. That's a whole conversation. But you know, sometimes people, even in the hieroglyphics, you see the boats.
Yes.
You see the ships.
Yes.
That were present and so we talk about the Moors. We can go over to the west. We can go to West Africa, and I mean,
which I want to go to next.
Yeah, and you can go down to Angola.
Yes.
And these flies are here. Now, one thing, the narrative about them flies is right.
Oh man, yeah, you better, like you told us, bring that.
Yeah, but that seems to not keep them away. They don't bite you.
Like that.
They just like landing on you and irritating you. It's like that's their purpose in life, is to irritate. But listen, everybody, make sure you sign up for the next travel experience.
Oh man,
these are conversations that we're having. One thing you walk away with from here is asking more questions.
Yes.
That's the deal.
Absolutely, it inspires you to explore more. And I have to come back. It isn't enough time. And I guess maybe it's designed that way.
It's a sampler. It's like appetizers.
Yes, that's what it is.
Give you a taste of this, taste of that, and see what you like.
Yes. So I'm bringing my wife back.
There you go. We look forward to meeting her.
Yeah, wife for 41 years,
wow,
by the way.
41 years.
Nefertiri.
So she's, yes. So she's your Queen Nefertari.
That's right.
All right. So I'm here talking to Mr. Eric Glaudet. He is from
New York City.
New York City by way of Alabama. And he's here on this travel experience with a partnership with Urban Intellectuals.
Yes.
And so make sure that you become part, put it in your calendar, put it in your life, because I guarantee you, you will not regret it as you keep hearing more and more people talk about these travel experiences. So you know what to do.
Very well organized. I mean, impressively organized. And I did ask him how he selects these outstanding people. And I'll let him describe that because it might be a secret.
I was gonna say you get my trade secret. I got a trade secret here. I got
it's very great. It's so
there's a method to my madness here.
A method to his science. This is scientifically done. I've seen him operate. So this is a wonderful thing. Kudos.
Well, that means a lot coming from you, and I always appreciate when my elders recognize the work that goes into this. I don't take it for granted, and there's so many of my elders who watch my YouTube channel, who follow what I do, they come on the trips. It's humbling, and I appreciate it, and just know it does not go unrecognized.
Thank you for this opportunity, Jay.
Thank you. And hey, everybody, you can have the same opportunity.
Yes.
So sign up today.
Open up your eyes and see all the fun and mystery. Take an African adventure with Darren and Destiny. From the mountains to the shore, so many things to explore. Take an African adventure with Darren and Destiny.
The Adventures of Darren and Destiny. And Darren and Destiny are twin brother and sister, and you go on their adventures throughout the African diaspora, meaning so African diaspora destinations, primarily focused in Africa, but we go to South America, we're going to go to the Caribbean. Their first book is going to take you to Ghana, and then we're going to go on a safari, and from there we're going to go to Ethiopia, and then we go to Salvador, Brazil. And what the goal is to be able to inspire curiosity in the continent of Africa in our children from a very young age, and to really tell a more accurate story. Most of our children are exposed to negative images, late night infomercials about how bad things are, everybody's sick, everybody's poor, everyone's uneducated, but that's simply not true. So what Darren and Destiny and their family do is they go to different African destinations. They are learning about these different places. You're beginning to see positive images, but still telling the truth. I mean, that's the important thing, to tell the truth about some of the things that have occurred. But it's all done on our children's level, so they begin to understand it. And it begins to pique their curiosity. They begin to learn more. And hopefully one day they will want to explore and visit the continent of Africa and its many countries. There's just so much that Darren and Destiny are able to do, and as they're doing it, it's like they begin to open the minds of a new generation, and they don't get bombarded and indoctrinated with negativity. They're actually able to see positivity and inspiring images and messages about the African diaspora, as well as those who are still indigenous to the continent of Africa, and they begin to learn more and just see things differently. So I'm excited about introducing the Adventures of Darren and Destiny.